It was a pleasure to be here on the anniversary of your. Would that be your inaugural incarceration?
Inaugural. That's the first one.
It is a pleasure to be here on that anniversary, my friend.
Day. It was a Monday morning, and that Friday at 4:30 they called.
So that's what I wanted to ask you. Did you know you were going, or did you get caught in something and taken right to it?
No, I knew
you were going to court that day.
I knew there was a good chance of me going to prison, but I didn't know for sure till that Friday.
And what was this one for?
This was for the kidnapping.
This was kidnapping.
They called and they said, the attorney goes, "Are you sitting down?" And he goes, "Department of whatever turns you down, community corrections." They turned you down. So you got two options. You're looking at prison, or you're looking at me putting you into a work release program, but if community corrections turns you down, you can't stay in the community. So he goes, right now you're looking at a 10%, 90-10, whatever you do this weekend, have a good weekend.
Oh,
and
shit.
You're walking into court Monday at 9. And right there I sat, I got a little crushed. I took the chicken I was cooking out. I like that little grease on the side where you put your Italian bread in. I ate it, and I go, fuck it. If this is my last weekend, I might as well make it a good one. I didn't cry. I didn't freak out. I knew this day was coming. When was the question? So right there I go, I'm not going to go to jail. I'm going to talk this judge out of it. Like, that's how cocaine and how retarded I was. I'm going to go tell this judge what time it is.
Not a second of any fucking kind
I wasn't going to write a speech or nothing. I was just going to go in there and tell him what was going on here. Look, he was selling drugs. Me and my friends were taking the drugs off the street. Where I come from, that's a superhero. Okay, so knock it off with the jail time here. This is a conversation amongst men. The cocaine's off the street. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody's alive. Let's wrap this up.
You're welcome.
Why are we going to pay the tax fucking payers? Why are we going to burden the taxpayers? That was the speech that I went intended in there.
That cocaine told you to say.
That was the cocaine. Yeah. And all weekend long, you should have heard me. I was like fucking Trump without the teleprompters. I was fucking practicing and like telling them like this is what went down your round, and it's no big deal.
It's no big deal.
No big deal. You know what I'm saying? And I never forget walking in there on Monday, and he looked me up and down, and my attorney saying, he'd like to address the speech. He'd like to address the court. And I took 2 steps forward, and as I went to speak, my voice disappeared. I sounded like a little fucking mousy fag. I was like, Your Honor, I just want you to know that. And it just broke and broke and broke. Like, he looked like a little Fidel Castro with a compact head. He had a tiny little head, but it was all hair. He looked like a baby gorilla. Mm-hmm. All you could see were lips and 2 little white Italian eyes. I remember that. He told me to step back. Like I had broken apart. Like I just fell apart. Like I'm not ashamed to say it. Whatever speech, whatever I had been doing on playgrounds and parks and delis for 20 years, he scared the fuck out of me. Like I broke. And he goes, all right, stand up. 4 to 6 years, Department of Correction. My buddies were there. My girlfriend was there. Her family was there.
And do you go to Rikers for that?
No, I was in Colorado at the time.
You're in Colorado at the time. Okay.
And then I just said goodbye. Like I just hugged. I was starting college Wednesday. I was starting
2 days
classes.
later.
2 days later. So we argued that fact. And listen, because I had like an ounce of coke, and I had about a half ounce of coke at the house. Plus I had 3 buddies that had flown out from New York, and they were holding. They hadn't slept in 3 days. They're in court sweating bullets, trying to give fucking, we want to give a reference.
A reference.
Smelling of alcohol. You know what I'm saying? Mike Duffy, Tommy Russo, and some other guy, Sabatino, showed up on a fucking Sunday morning. And they were at the airport. We came out to give you support. We'll be at the courtroom. You can hear him. And the Russo guy at the time was married to a 16-year-old chick. Like he was married to an underage chick or some shit.
What?
And they showed up in my courtroom like nothing. And here's the really ironic thing about life. I shook all their hands. I cried when I hugged my girlfriend. I felt really bad for her family. I couldn't make eye contact with her family. But when they led me in the back cell, like the first cell, there was a camera, you know. I had a suit on. I took the jacket off and I left the shirt with the tie. I loosened my tie. I was overwhelmingly tired. Like it had this was the stress of, since 1979, I knew that this day was going to come. Once I put her in the ground, I knew this day was coming.
It was 88, you said?
It was 88.
So it took 9 years.
It took 9 years.
Wow.
I stayed out playing this fucking cat and mouse game for 9 years. And I'll never forget, this is how weird God works. I went to fold my jacket, and wherever my hand landed, I felt something in the jacket. Oh, shit. And I went into the inside pocket, and there was a little, it was a Coke bundle. And when I tried, because there was a camera on me, so I had to go by the sink. I mean, the fucking cell.
This is what I love about you. I wasn't going to do it. I had to go by the sink because there was a camera. Yeah, you're in now.
I'm in.
You're in now.
How many people could say that they snorted a gram of blow in county jail? Not too many. That's historic time shit. I went over by the sink. I opened it up. There it was. I still had cash. I still had my wallet. I still had my belongings. They hadn't processed me. I took the dollar bill. I rolled it up. And I did the whole fucking thing in 2 blasts. Wow. I was fucked up for 15 minutes. I was jawing. And do you know, next thing I know, they were waking me up.
Waking you up? What happened?
Because of I was
going to say, you're the adrenaline.
The weight of the world was done.
It was a natural speedball.
It was 9 years of fucking hiding from people, robbing from people. I was at peace. Nobody could get to me. The phone couldn't ring. Nobody in this prison knew me. It was like I fell asleep, and I remember them waking me up, and I was really out of it. Like, I was tired. Like, this had been 10 years of me not sleeping, like not having peaceful sleep, going to sleep knowing that I got to get up tomorrow and fucking go rob Sickler's house. I got to get up tomorrow and figure out how to get through Burbank without seeing Lee. Lee's going to go to all my spots tomorrow and try to blow my game up because I just robbed Lee. Lee's just finding out right now he's missing a kilo. So right now, Lee's attacking all my spots. So it was like 9 years of that type of stress just fell off my shoulders.
I think you might have mentioned it before, but like, why didn't you how much of you thought about running when your lawyer told you were going to jail? Like, I don't know where you'd go, Mexico.
America's Most Wanted had just started. And 2 years prior to that, I read an article about a guy it was 1980. And in 1951, he was at a party. And he was making out with some chick, and he bit her in the neck.
What?
Bit her, and he took a piece of meat out of her.
Damn.
And it was assault, and his parents took the kid and got him out of there. And he moved into a new residential area, and he went to college under an assumed name and started a new life, and never again for 30 years did he even have police contact. And then one day he got into a car accident. He went to the hospital. They fingerprinted the background check, and now he was wanted for murder.
Oh, he killed her when he
killed her.
Oh, I didn't realize he died. Holy shit.
So I thought about that story. I thought about the story about, I get away with it now. What about 30 years from now when I'm in fucking my kid, I got to go to a hospital, God forbid, and they fingerprint me, and there I am. Because they usually do background checks when you go to a hospital ward. A lot of people know that. There's hotels that do background checks. When you call an airline, as you're speaking to them, they're doing a background check, especially if you've flown them before, or everything's coming up. So background checks weren't moving that fast then. But I still remember a story in Boulder about a guy way before I got arrested, way before I even thought of getting arrested. He was driving on a Saturday afternoon, Sunday afternoon, got into a car accident. His wife and baby died. He ran from the scene. Once they got him, they realized that he was a murderer from Florida that was wanted for 20 years.
No way.
So I always knew that the odds were against you. When you run, the odds will always be against you.
That's that fucking, what's his name, Robert Durst shit.
And if you run for all you got to remember that once they get you, now you can't make bail because you're a flight risk. I don't want to be known as a flight risk.
You figured just get it over with?
Get it over with. There was no running. I didn't go to prison for the crime of kidnapping Vela. Yeah, we terrorized him that afternoon and tied him up and put him in the trunk of a car, but that's happened when you do coke. Till this day, I love Kent.
I saw the picture. He looked
Kent.
scared to death, man. He still looks scared to death.
Kent. I love Kent.
He was waiting for somebody to come up behind him.
And I love anybody who I did that to. You know what I'm saying? But they all have to know that they were also involved. If you do the time, if you do the crime, you got to do the time. Once you put yourself into that world.
That's what I say. There is a lifestyle.
There is a lifestyle that comes with it. You have to strack. Yes. You got to watch who you trust. You got to watch who you talk to. There was a lot of, if Lee comes to me tomorrow and says, I'm out of the podcast visit, I'm getting into the cocaine business, I'm going to give him a month and I'm going to rob him just out of principle because I know he doesn't know what he's doing. I know for a fact he's going to go to a bar with one of his chunky bitches, be over there eating an ice cream sundae with a kilo in his refrigerator. I'll send you over there for the small nickel to hold him there. And I'll break into his house and take the kilo.
You're going to come out of retirement just to get me?
No, but I'm just saying that, that was the
mentality. That's what people would do.
Okay. That's the mentality. Yeah. That's the, if you were going to be that dumb, I got to rob you. If you're going to be that fucking stupid.
I know. I can't tell you how many people I know out here that grew weed, 15 years ago, had a bunch of it in their place, told everybody, and then people are outside sitting on the place, and one night they come in, fucking 5 of them, shotguns, masks. Fuck. They know where everybody is. They know what room everyone get him out of the video game room. Boom, pulled them all out, made them all. It was 4 dudes I knew and one of them's sister. Made them all strip naked, lay face down on the kitchen floor, and they took everything. I mean, TV. They took everything, and then they rolled out and said, "If any of you get up and call the police, we'll be back in 5 minutes. There's another car out there waiting to kill you." And they just laid there for a while, and then finally called, but they got hit twice because they talk too much. They tell everybody, we got all this weed. I mean, stop telling everybody that. You're telling everybody where you live these days on Facebook. I'm out of town. That's another one. I know you'd all be on that shit. Lee's out of town for a week. Let's go to his place and steal the fucking coke out of the fridge. When
I leave town, I got fucking cameras. I got that Sebastian security system put in, the one he talks about on stage, because I had the basic. I went all out. The fucking neighbors are very watchful on that block. You have to be. I don't take anything for granted because I know that's when I would rob people at their most vulnerable. When they were the most vulnerable that they were, that's when I'd fucking take you down. When you didn't even know it, when you get sloppy. Can't get sloppy in life. I made a living out of people getting sloppy. There was a day where I would put a suit on. There was days I would just put a suit on. And you see all these buildings on Lancashire?
Yeah.
I would just walk up and down the buildings. I'd knock on doors. Hey, is Ryan Sickler here? No, there's no Ryan Sickler here, sorry. But then you get the white assholes. Hold on, let me check.
Yeah.
Let me look in the log. Mind your business. Do your work. You know how many times I knocked on the door and there'd be a purse sitting on a fucking... You know how many times I knocked on the door open and there'd be a deposit bag on a desk? And I'd look out in the hallway and nobody, and I'd put the deposit bag, take a walk, and there'd be $2,000 in there.
Damn.
I can't tell you how many days I had those. That had happened 5 times to me.
You just walk through the building.
Just walk through the building like I owned it. I remember getting sent on a job interview one time. I robbed the joint.
I robbed the joint.
They told me 10 o'clock. I'm conscientious. I'm there at 9:30.
Yeah, hell yeah.
They got the whole place open, the safe wide open. Safe was wide open. I kept knocking. Hello. Oh, what do we have here? I walked out of there and I had a suit on. I took so much change that the suit was sideways. I even took the bag of nickels inside. I'm walking around sideways with the suit. It never ended. What the fuck are you giggling about? Nobody.
Why did you like him? What did he do?
He did an error.
I knew a second ago, but now keep going from where you told it, because then
You know that little forehead you got?